If you want to have an innovative culture, are you still with me? De-gadgetize. Everybody say de-gadgetize. Do you know in Japan, they have this thing called a parotherapeutic robot. If you're living in an old folks' home, there's a good chance that you would have a parotherapeutic robot with you. They look like fluffy little toys, but they're designed to respond to human emotion. They're robotic machines designed to respond to human emotion. So they deal with people who are suffering loneliness or dementia. 1,000 aged care homes in Japan now use these. They cost $6,000 American for every one. Right? So it's big business. 1,000 care homes use them, and in a survey in Japan last year, more than 60% of the people in aged homes said they prefer the robot version to the human carer. Now, this is the digital age we live in. And I use that as an illustration of that digital can be good. It's not all digital. You mustn't misunderstand what I'm saying here. Digital is a great help to us. But in our age today, we have digital identity. Among the young, this is the most evident. 90% of young Britons today use social networking sites frequently, and 25% admit that they are addicted to their mobile phone and suffer what psychologists call separation anxiety when they're removed from it. Some of us who are not so young have the same problem. Psychologists now talk about a thing called absent presence. Some of you have this in your staff meetings. You're sitting around the board table and you're in the room, but you're not really there. Everybody is connecting in cyberspace. In fact, some of them are sitting there connecting with someone across the desk by Twitter. The average Briton, according to a survey a year ago, has 3 friends and 130 Facebook friends. This woman, Joyce Vincent, died at the age of 40 of heart failure in 2009. She was young, but otherwise there's nothing particularly unusual about that. What is unusual is that she wasn't discovered until 2 years after she died. Where was everybody? Everybody was somewhere else. That's what I mean by digital disconnection. Some of us think that the only way to be productive at work is to get our employees to sit in front of a screen all day. We don't like people gazing off into middle space, dreaming. Listen, if you want to have an innovative culture, you've got to allow some dreaming. You know what screens do? They shorten our concentration span. One of the leading judges in the High Court in Britain just a couple of weeks ago said young people today are no good on juries. Not because they're not educated and smart and intelligent, because they can't follow a systematic line of thought from beginning to end over a long period of time. They can't keep up with the case notes, he said. Why? Because we're multitasking all the time. We're used to flicking from one screen to another, and multitasking in a short period can be good, but over long periods, it leads to a lessening of productivity and makes more mistakes possible. Do you know that in Britain today, employees, if they've got their computer on and email is running, it'll take them 11 minutes on average before they're distracted. 40% of them will never go back to what they should have been doing. I'm not saying gadgets are bad. We use them all the time. But we've got to learn to expect more out of people than we do out of technology.